So, what if I told you that getting into the highest levels of luxury wasn't really about how much money you have? What if it was just about how well you could get a group of people to work together? Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating new model that turns that exact idea into a reality. You've been there, right? I mean, we all have. You come up with this amazing, brilliant idea, a huge trip, a really special event, and you're met with, well, crickets, hesitation, excuses, or just total silence. It's that super frustrating moment where a great plan just dies before it even gets off the ground. And this isn't just a one-time thing. It's the reason so many of our bucket lists are just sitting there, collecting dust. They're packed with these incredible, once-in-a-lifetime experiences, but they never happen. Because, let's face it, finding a whole group of people who are all in at the same time, it feels next to impossible. This line, right from the club's own materials, just nails it. It gets to the very heart of the problem. See, the real challenge isn't finding one or two friends who are interested. It's getting a whole crew of people to actually pull the trigger at the same time. So how do you fix a problem like that? A problem of coordination? Well, that brings us to the whole point of this explainer. A club built from the ground up for people who are just tired of dreaming and are ready to actually start doing. So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, it's a group of like-minded professionals, and it all comes down to two simple things they do together. They coordinate the tricky logistics, and they co-fund the cost. That's how they manage to make these huge, seemingly out-of-reach dreams totally affordable. And this right here, this is their whole philosophy. It's a really powerful shift in thinking. They basically argue that luxury isn't about a price tag. It's a logistics puzzle. If you can solve for coordination, get the right people to the right place at the right time, that huge financial wall just crumbles. This is their rallying cry, and man, is it a good one. It taps directly into that frustration we were just talking about. Instead of burning all your energy trying to talk your hesitant friends into something, the idea is to just start with a group that's already on your level, a group that already shares that big picture ambition. Okay, so the philosophy sounds great, but what does this all look like in the real world? What are we actually talking about here? Let's get to the good part and look at the incredible menu of experiences this club is putting together. And here we go. We are not talking about a slightly nicer dinner out. We are talking about a limo for a fantasy football draft in a luxury suite. We're talking courtside seats at an NBA playoff game, the Super Bowl, a private jet to a penthouse in Vegas. I mean, come on. These are the exact plans that usually die on that dusty old bucket list. So, what's the secret? What's the magic trick that makes all this possible? It's surprisingly simple. It's all about the group size. With just 6 to 15 people chipping in, the cost of a private jet or a luxury box suddenly becomes, well, manageable. It's the simple math that turns one person's wild fantasy into a group's reality. Now, you'd think an operation this ambitious would have to have a super complicated 50-page rulebook, right? Well, that's where this whole model gets even more interesting. It's actually powered by a remarkably simple agreement. That's it. Seriously. Just two rules. The first one, be willing to pitch in, isn't just about money. It's a promise to have that shared can-do attitude. And the second one, respect, well, that's the social glue that holds the whole thing together. Because let's be real. When you have a bunch of ambitious people pulling money for high-stakes stuff, you need that rule to keep things fun. So in the end, the entire club is built on these two pillars, commitment and respect. The whole system runs on the simple trust that everyone is there for the right reasons. And it's that very simplicity that actually makes all these complex, amazing experiences possible in the first place. Okay, so this club is a really cool story, but what can we learn from it? Let's zoom out for a second and think about what this case study might be telling us about bigger trends in how we all think about and get access to luxury. You see, this model is like a perfect little snapshot of a massive shift that's happening everywhere. We're living in an experience economy, where it's less about owning the asset, the fancy car or the jet, and way more about getting access to the experience it provides. This club is just taking that logic and applying it to the most exclusive experiences you can imagine. And all of this leaves us with one final, really interesting question. This club proves that if you can get a group organized, you can unlock the VIP room. But what else could it unlock? Could this same model be used to co-fund a startup or buy a vacation home together? Maybe the future of access isn't about what you own, but about who you can organize.